Hey, Plant Pals, I'm Mike the Caddy Gardener, and today is a very fun, for me, unboxing and review of a product from Hexagon Raised Garden Bed. They wanted me to try out uh, one of their raised garden beds, and I said absolutely. I only tend to unbox and review products that I only unbox and review products that I use personally because I think that's the best way to keep integrity on my channel and to give an honest review, because it's something that I review something that I think might help one of my um, watchers. What I am into is gardening, hydroponically and outside gardening as well. And this is an outside garden raised bed, and which I was looking to buy one anyway. It always seems to happen for me that way, which I'm very grateful for. Uh, so let's get to it. So I'm not going to blather on. So I'm going to unbox this. I'm going to open it up. So this is the box. I'm very excited. I'll show you the different panels, and I'll kind of explain like how it works. So I'll be right back. And then what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to take this. Once I assemble, I'm going to assemble it inside. I was going to do it outside, but weather's been fighting me. That's another problem. Is they gave me this a while ago, and I'm in Minnesota Zone 4, and I had snow on the ground, so I couldn't do it then. Then we had like a bunch of tornadoes and uh, really bad weather, so I couldn't do it then. And then we had one day that was nice, well, like 2 days in a row that were nice, but it was 87 degrees, which is crazy for Minnesota, and I couldn't do it then. And then, of course, when you have 87-degree day and then the next day is going to be 50, we had more storms. And like even right now, it's May, just it's May 2nd. I've been holding on to this because I bought the sad part is I bought the dirt and the mulch. And I'll show you why I bought mulch when I go to set it up a long time ago. It's just been I haven't been able to do it. So today is the best day. It's still overcast, but I want to get this done. I want to at least get it set up, and the bummer about it was I was hoping for a nice enough days where I could like at least plant something in there, show it, but I figured, well, the good news for the company is that this is going to be in a permanent spot in my garden, and so I'll be showing it all the time, and I'll try to like when I pass by it, if I like it, which they'd have to really do something crazy for me not to like it, because it's a metal raised bed, which are pretty it is what it is kind of a thing, and I've got a few of them and I absolutely love them, so I don't know why I wouldn't, but we'll see. That's the whole point. That's the fun. I'm going to unbox it and I'm going to review it. All right, so this is one of those box in a box situations. So that's why it's very well protected, which I'm grateful for. So this box was inside the other box, and this is how it comes. So if you ever get a raised garden bed, and if you look at my old videos, I'm sure you've seen like where I had the peppers. It was a big, large, oval raised bed, and you wouldn't think that something that came out of this box would be a big 6-foot round raised bed, but what it is it's panels, and it's a really clever way of shipping something that's very large, and it's super easy to assemble. So it's really simple, and I'll take everything out, and I'll just show you like outside the box, and then I'll show you how easy it is to assemble, and then I'll take you outside, and once I get it assembled, because I'm going to assemble it inside, like I said, it's much nicer inside right now than it is outside today. So I'm going to assemble it inside, I'm going to take it outside, and then show you how I set up a raised garden bed. Be right back. All right, so I was saying these are the curved corners, and they're really well protected because if you actually see, this garden bed is green. So they asked me what color I wanted, and I said green, and they were like, "Well, we're not sure if we have a green in stock, but apparently they did." So that's really cool. So here's what you get. So the bolts, glove, instructions. That's all you need to make yourself a nice raised garden bed. And so the height of the bed is from here to here, of course. So it's like a 1-foot raised garden bed, which is the minimum I recommend. Or at least I like. I prefer this or even taller because I'm getting older, and so I don't like to bend down as much. So, this is the minimum size that I like, and it matches my other ones. But this one's cool because it's green, so it's going to look really nice in my garden. All right, so it comes with these gloves. You can see I'm like a big guy, and my my giant hands are a little too big for the to use the gloves, and I'm used to it. So like if you should use gloves. I do have some cut proof gloves if the raised bed, the edges can be sharp. These ones aren't bad at all. So, and then the corners aren't like poking me through the plastic, so I can kind of tell that I'll be fine. But safety first. If you're a delicate person, wear some gloves. If you're a monster like me, you don't have to use them. Anyway, here's a very simple instruction. So this is what I was talking about. It's actually 3 panels because it's a bigger bed. Some of the beds I had only used 2 panels. So like I was saying, you have flat, 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 corner, flat. Well, corner, corner. Is it a flat? Anyway, it's usually a flat or a corner. So it might be corner, 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 and then flat, 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 corner, 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 flat, 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 flat. So yeah, that's how the one goes. And it shows you can do different, so you can there's the different colors and stuff, but you can make it smaller, by removing, if you didn't use all the panels, you can make it a smaller bed. Or you can, if you bought like more than one kit, you could even make it a bigger bed. So that's the kind of the cool part about it. And the thing, okay, and I was looking for this because this is what really excites me is every bed I've bought so far that I've had to assemble, I had to use a power drill and a wrench because it took forever to, put the bolts together. This has wing nuts, which I thought was brilliant. Up to this point, I had never seen wing nuts. I saw someone else, I believe they were also collaborating with the same company, their bed had the wing nuts, and so I was like, wow, why hasn't anybody thought of that? So, and I think they put their wing nuts. Okay, so these are smooth. So the wing nuts do go on the inside. Okay, so they've thought of everything. So it's going to look really nice. It's going to have a nice smooth exterior. The wing nuts won't hurt anything being on the inside. It's all stainless steel, I'm sure, and metal. Won't rust or anything. So that's really awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited. So that's cool. I can't wait to show everybody. So this would have been not too bad to assemble outside because it would go really fast. Because all you gotta do is if I show you the instructions here, you just put the bolt through and you just twist the wing nut. I'll pull one out. I'll show you this because I don't know who hasn't seen how a wing nut works, but I'll show it. Be right back. I didn't want to show that every panel has the protective coating on it, which is really nice. But there's your bolt. So you would, if this being on the outside, you'd put the bolt through, and it's got a square. So kind of show you how it works. So this right here is square, and they cut square. This is how clever this system is. They cut a square hole, so it's not going to move around. It's going to sit right there. So when you put the bolt underneath, it's not going to, the wing nut underneath, it's not going to move around on you. So you just tighten it up. And so I'm trying to do this all one-handed. So wing nut just twists onto the bolt like that. And this would be on the inside of the bed, and then this nice smooth surface would be on the outside of the bed, and that's how it would look. And then you would just connect panel to panel, and to make the bed, like I said, the shape and design that you want. So I'm almost tempted to leave the plastic on, but I'll remove it. It looks so nice. It's so well protected. I wonder if anybody's ever left the plastic on. Well, anyway, I'm sure you get the people who are like, that's not organic. Well, a lot of things aren't organic. Anyway, all right. I'm not going to have the organic gardening argument. here because I'm showing off the bed. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, so you got these panels, and then I got the the side panels here that they're not white. This is just a piece of protection. Um, the panels are actually, if I can show that, the panels are actually green. So, and you plus you'll see once I assemble everything. All right, so I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna assemble everything, and then the next view should be outside. All right, so there it is assembled. It didn't take very long. It took me about 20 minutes. I was watching TV, and I really love the wing nut system. So you got the nice smooth exterior. So a lot of my other ones have like screw heads or whatever almost. Or this is a nice clean look, and you can see the wing nuts are on the inside there, and it made it real simple to assemble by myself. So it was really cool. So I decided to keep the plastic on because I want to protect it for a while. I like it. It is galvanized coated or whatever, so it's not that big of an issue. I'll probably put bricks around it to protect it from weed whacking and stuff. So people are probably like, you got to dig up this and, the grass and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's kind of one thing I wanted to show. As a real easy tip is you can use packing materials that it came in. You break up the box, you lay it on the bottom and to cover the grass, and then I have wood mulch here because your plants, if you fill this up to the top with soil, your plants your roots are only probably go down about here, and by the time they get healthy enough to go way down into the soil, the cardboard will have broken down, the grass will have died, and the weeds too. And it's a real easy way to set up a garden bed without, the older I get, the less I want to mess about doing unnecessary things. So it's really unnecessary for me to dig down into the soil and dig up all the grass. And then if I were to fill this entire bed with the fancy soil, which I actually got on sale cheap, or $2 a bag, but imagine how much it would cost me to fill this whole bed with that. And I've seen people use like $20 bag soil, and that would be like $500 to fill this thing with soil, and you're only going to grow $30 worth of plants. That doesn't make any sense. So I want to be good from the get-go. So the bottom will be mulch, cardboard, then mulch, which will break down. So the cardboard will break down turn into soil, and the worms and stuff will come into it, and the wood mulch will break down. I got the natural wood mulch, uncolored, and they just grind up trees. So if you do have a chip drop in your area, get it. It helps a lot. But yeah, so cardboard, mulch, and then your good soil on top. And then later on, I'll when I'm going to plant, because like I said, it's still too cold at night for me to be doing much planting, so I will put my amendments in the soil to make it better, like my perlite, my vermiculite, maybe the little coco coir to fluff it up, and then do my plants. And then I'll put the cedar or pine shavings on top of that to retain the moisture. And then I'll probably cage it like I did this one to keep the rabbits and the cats and stuff out, because they like to crawl through and dig through in. The squirrels, thankfully my squirrels are lazy. They get treats from me, so they don't, they wouldn't, if they're really, maybe one might climb in there, look around, see that there's nothing in there that he wants, he'll climb back out. But yeah, so, and I just using T-posts and some fencing, real simple, and some zip ties, real easy. All right, so I'm gonna get to it. As you can see, another gloomy Minnesota zone 4 day, but at least it's warm enough so I can get out here and get things done. Can't plant yet, but I can get these things set up. All right, I'll be back. All right, so I'm good. So I didn't even need that bag. So I just used 2 bags of the mulch, filled it up. I got the 4 bags of the Miracle Grow soil, which I'm not endorsing, was just whatever I found was cheapest. Because what I'm gonna do is, you notice I didn't fill it to the top. When I actually do get time when it's time to plant, I'm gonna take some compost and some more, whatever more cheap soil I find, and add my amendments to it in a big bucket, big like container like that. And then I'm going to top it off, plant, and then top it off with the cedar or pine shavings, and then plant that in, of course. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm excited. I had some flowers I was gonna put in here for now, but we're having another frost tonight, and then supposedly like 2 days of warm, and then back down into the low 30s. So I'm not gonna. But like I said, once again, I made them wait long enough, and I wanted to get the video done. But it'll be much more. I wanted to wait until I could like have flowers in it and show it and make it look nice. But the weather is not cooperating. But like I said, this is a permanent part of my garden, so you'll be able to see me showing it off. And I think, I'm gonna back up a little bit. I think it looks awesome. Really pleased with it. Looks great.